Hi, and welcome to Work in the Yard with Will. So, this is day one of the renovation, or part one. I actually kind of somewhat started the other day trying to troubleshoot my mower and getting all that junk from underneath the bottom of the mower deck. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If not, please check it out up here. Um, what I found when I was working underneath the deck, the mower deck. So some interesting surprises there. But nonetheless, starting this yard renovation, it's going to be several steps for me because I know I got some thatch out there, I got some fungus out there. I'm going to be converting over to a new grass. It's going to be a blend, tall fescue, rye, and a bluegrass. And so stay tuned for that. I'm actually waiting on delivery for some things to come in, but first things first is let's cut this grass down low. I'm going to dethatch it. I'm going to water it, aerate it, throw out some compost, seed, and then the last step for me probably is going to be some miso 4 to keep down any weeds that come up as the grass seeds comes to germinate. But stay tuned and continue watching Working Yard with Will.
Okay, I'm starting on the hill over here. Pretty much trying to back up these clippings as I go. I think I missed the footage of me going across the main part of the yard, but essentially the same thing. I took my lawnmower and put it down to like a level 4, and that's about 3 levels lower than what I normally cut it. Going.
All right, we just finished doing part one of cutting the grass down. I actually cut it down to, cut it down to a 4. Oh, that's a bad light. We cut it down to a 4 down here on my tractor, and we made some pretty good work of it. Didn't skin it down, but I got it pretty close there. I normally cut it the highest level of like a 7 on my tractor, which is usually about 3.5 inches, 3.25 inches, 3 3/4 inches. But like I said, it's reno time, so we're going to cut things down a bit more, and we'll get going on setting up this rake here. This is for dethatching your yard. Some people call it a power rake. Well, a power rake, I guess, would be more a gas-powered thing. You walk behind it and it detaches. But nonetheless, we'll get going with this and see how this goes. All right, thanks, guys. Continue watching Working Yard with Will. All right, let's get you a little close up here of how that thatching rake works. So if you look here, the rake pretty much just rakes up with a normal rake, loosening up the brown in the ground. And this side really didn't turn out too bad. Didn't have a whole lot of thatch. I only had one cinder block on that rake, so it didn't pull up a whole lot. But see if I can get down in here and really grab up a little bit of this. So that's pretty much what we're doing here. That's the goal, is to dethatch, loosen up that turf a little bit. And since it's been so dry here, I'm gonna have to water this because I want to core aerate, but I know my aerator is not. It's not. It might get down a little bit. It might get down to the ground a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. That's probably about to there, but I want to be further down. I want to be at least to my knuckle. But yeah, we'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and dethatch the other side of the yard. I'm only doing the front yard for right now, and then I'll do the backyard in about 2 weeks. So okay, so the power raking is going good, and this, my friends, is thatch. Look at all that mess. That's from power raking. That's the stuff I'm trying to get out the ground. So we'll keep it going. I actually went doubled up and heavied up a little bit more on this particular one. And so power raking, thatch. Get rid of that stuff out your grass. Work in the yard with Will. Hi, and welcome back to Working the Yard with Will. So part 2, I think at this point now. We started off by, I guess it's part 3. We started off by cutting the grass low, and then we dragged our detaching tool across the yard. Today we're gonna go and take the core aerator and go back and forth. And the next step after that is pick up those cores and probably toss them over there by the tree line or something like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get it going. Hoping to have this done shortly because I got another project to go. All right, so thank you for watching Working the Yard with Will. Tractor set up, got some bricks and some weight. All right, let's get this thing on. All right, welcome back to Working the Yard with Will. And so we're to the point now where I'm going to spray down some miso 4, or otherwise known as with some mesotrine in it. There's another product out there by the name of Tenacity that is very similar, but I'm going to use some miso 4 SC. I'll put a product description in the link. This is a 15-gallon sprayer. I don't anticipate spraying the entire yard. There are a couple sections where I do want to spray, but this thing has a built-in sprayer that I'll use there as well for spot spraying or what have you. I've already added my miso 4 SC. I've already added a surfactant or soap, and I've also added some blue dye. Actually, remember to use my latex gloves this time, so no blue fingers this time. So that's all set. I've already agitated it or mixed it up by shaking this thing up and down this way. I'll give you an example of what I'm doing. It's just shaking it up, make sure it's nice and mixed in. I'm gonna hook it up here to the tractor and we're gonna go. All right, I'm not showing my face right now because it is a hot, sweaty afternoon. So let's go ahead and get the camera flipped around there so you guys can. All right, so we got it done. Took a little bit of work to get the machine working. The boom didn't work for me. I had a leak in my handle, so what can you do? But hopefully you guys can see that bluing out there. It looks a little blue. That's from the dye. I was using my best, doing my best to go back and forth, and you know, cover everything. Not cover everything too heavily, because the only thing you need is just one time, you know. But that was it. And so now I might just relax and let this dry up. It takes about 30 minutes to dry, roughly 4 hours for it to be completely set in. And depending on how I feel this evening, start tossing out my compost and filling some of my low spots. And tomorrow morning, I think we'll be ready for seed. Good morning and welcome to Working the Yard with Will. It's about 5:36 o'clock in the morning. Take that back, about 6:30 in the morning. Sun is up, so I'm up. So I'm out here tossing out some compost, get ready to do a little lawn leveling before I put down a few other items. I believe I'm going to put down some fungus X first, and then toss my seed out, and then roll it. So let's flip around and check out these piles. Okay, I ran out of compost, but I think I'll be okay with what I have here. Got a couple areas I'm gonna work in, up there, down there, over there, here, and pretty much all across the front area where I scrape a little bit is where I'm working on. And so let's work our way back up to the front. Sprayed down that Miso 4 SC yesterday, and so today I'm gonna go ahead and fill in some holes. Trying to get a jump on the sun today. Haven't leveled any of this stuff out yet. Trying to get a jump on the sun today before it comes up. It's supposed to be a pretty hot day today. Johnny Blaze, hot today. All right, so it's that time. I got a few items out. I got my Disease X I'm gonna put down, starter fertilizer, and of course that Supreme grass seed blend, which is Black Beauty Ultra by Jonathan Green. I got another bag in there. It says the seeds up to 10,000 square feet. Since I'm doing a new yard, I think the rake's gonna be a lot heavier. Let's check it out. All right, so up at the top it says Pure Seed. What do we have in here? Tall Fescue, Future Tall Fescue, Merritt Kentucky Bluegrass, Millennial Ryegrass, other crop seed, inert matter, and weed seed. Weed seed is actually 0. This was tested in November of 2020, so this is a good bag. Because well, it's almost a year old, but yeah, let's give it a try and see how it goes. All right, should germinate in 10 to 14 days. Here we go. Okay, there you have it. Yard renovation complete on the front yard. Yeah, there was quite a few things I would have done differently, but overall, I'm hoping for a bit of success here. Like I said, the front yard really didn't need a whole lot. I was really trying to incorporate a tall fescue and a Bermuda with a ryegrass blend. So I'm hopeful with this. In the next 5 days, we'll see something shoot up. 14 days, we'll see a bit more, and things will continue to progress. I do see getting myself an in-ground sprinkler system in the near future, because dragging hoses is for the birds, but this is what I have to work with, and so far so good. So thanks guys for watching Working the Yard with Will. All right, just doing a little bit of a walk around here. We've been getting rain every other day, so I guess it's a good thing for the renovation project, but heavy rain may not be such a good thing. I'm checking to see how much of my seed is still left over here. Am I gonna have to reseed this thing? Doesn't look like it. A lot of the seed I can still sitting up here on top, right in this area here. But we'll see. You can also see, looking at those yellow lines there, the old grass being bleached out from the Miso 4 SC. So that's working. So just a quick short recap. What I did is I cut the grass short, cut it down to a level 4 on my tractor. I dethatched it, I aerated it, and I picked all that stuff up. Then I put down my Miso 4. I put down my starter fertilizer. I put down some fungus X down, and I put my seed down, raked it lightly, and then rolled it. So had one day of where I control the water. It rained. Well, I watered it 3 times that day for 10 to 15 minutes each section. And then the very next day, it was a torrential downpour. And so I'm just kind of checking to see in certain areas if there's any grass seed remaining that was covered up gently with some dirt or compost, or my light raking and rolling, did it push the grass seed down and protected it from that rain? Only time will tell. I'm thinking most likely in the spring I'm gonna have to overseed, but we'll see.